What's up, guys? If you follow me on Instagram or have seen any of my YouTube videos, you've seen this bike. This is my original Talaria Sting. This is what started the e-bike craze for me. So I sold this thing a few weeks back to a buddy of mine, and he rode my Game Over build and wanted to do 85 forks on it. So it's back in the shop. We got the forks ready to go. We got the clamps, all the bolts greased up. I'm going to show you guys how I install the bearing kit and do the conversion on this from mountain bike forks to 85 forks. Let's get after it. Alright, the forks are off. Now we gotta get these cups out in order to get the grid shift bearing adapter in. So grid shift sells this kit, bolts right in. You press the bottom race in, press the top race. They give you bearings that go onto the KTM 85 stem. Now the only problem is with these Talaria head tubes is there's nowhere to get, there's no lip to hit these out, to pound out the races. So what you gotta do is clean them up real good and then weld a little bead on the inside here and here, and then tap the race out. Same thing on the bottom. You're gonna wanna weld a little bit because there's nothing to grip onto. It's literally smooth. So you weld, pound it out. I'll show you guys how I do that right now. I got the races out. You guys can see, nice and clean. Ready to install the new ones. So pretty much you just weld a little bead on the inside. Doesn't have to be anything too crazy. Just get it on there to where you can pound it out, and then you get them out. Now we'll grease these bearings, get these cups in, press the stem into the bottom clamp, press the bearing onto the bottom clamp, and start assembling. All right, grid shift races are in, top all the way on, nice and clean, grid shift logo on the front. Bottom is pressed all the way in. When you do the bottom one, I typically like to use the old race that I took out. I hold it at the bottom and I pound this guy in all the way, that way it's flush. So nothing's sitting. Now press the stem into the triple clamp, start assembling. All right, I got the stem pressed all the way on. You want to make sure it seats past. So there's a little lip over here that the stem's got to sink all the way down. You want to make sure your stem's all the way seated. Now I'm going to press the bearing. So what I like to do, what I've had happen before when I press the bearing in, is the stem comes out with it. I'll tape a little washer or a penny or a quarter or whatever to here, so it sits above the lip, and then it forces the stem to stay in place. Show you guys how I do that right now. So you want to pack your bearing full of grease on the bottom of the bearing. You got this opening. I pack it all the way in, then from the top, pack it all the way in, spin your bearing around, make sure all the rollers get grease on them, and then you're good to go. So I got my press all ready to go. I got a copper pipe that fits perfectly in these bearings. I have the Motion Pro hammering set, but none of the cups that come with it fit these little bearings. The 85 bearings are a lot smaller than normal. So just press this guy on like this. Your bearing's seated all the way. You could feel it when it stops. So it's on all the way. I got my little washer on the bottom taped. That way the stem can't press out, and good to go. I got everything all lined up, ready to go. So now it's time to start assembly. Put the forks on, see how this thing turns out. Get down. So that's a wrap. Everything's completed. Everything's on. Just waiting for the front wheel to come in tomorrow. I ordered a wheel from Faster USA to match the rear. So it's gonna be blue hub, black spoke, silver nipples, black rim. And then my buddy's gotta bring the stem nut over. That'll be here tomorrow also. We went with Husky 85 front fender, number plate, and fork guards. That way it matches the blue. This thing's gonna be pretty sick when it's all done. He's gonna be pumped on it. So I know people are gonna ask, what does something like this cost? So we went brand new on everything here. This is gonna end up costing close to $4 grand to do the entire conversion. You got about 2,100 bucks in the forks. You got front wheel, which is another 750 bucks. You got rotor, you need fender, number plate, bars, the grid shift bearing kit, some other little miscellaneous stuff. And then if you're gonna send it out to a revalve, obviously, whatever they're gonna charge you for that. But this is not comparable to mountain bike forks. So for anybody wondering, Fox 40s, which everybody thinks are the best, If you weigh anything over 150 pounds, I don't think they're that good. They're decent, but nothing special. This is definitely the way to go if you're bigger, or if you're gonna rip on this thing, you wanna ride moto style, is definitely the way to go. Hope you guys enjoy the video. I'll be doing more of these. Like, comment, subscribe. Ask me if you have any questions. We'll see you on the next one.